In 1798, the United States stood at the edge of something dangerous and irreversible. American ships were being seized at sea. Sailors were captured. Trade was collapsing. Across the Atlantic, France, America's former ally, was turning into a threat. Inside Congress, voices grew louder and angrier. "War!" they demanded. "Defend our honor. Strike back now!" The pressure was overwhelming, and at the center of it all stood one man. Not a general, not a war hero, but the President of the United States, John Adams. He had two choices: give the people what they wanted and go to war, or resist the storm and risk everything, his reputation, his power, even his presidency. Adams chose peace. And in doing so, he made one of the most dangerous political decisions in American history. A boy who refused to follow the crowd. John Adams was born in 1735 in Massachusetts into a modest farming family. From the beginning, he was different. Restless, independent, intensely curious. He didn't just accept ideas, he challenged them. Adams went on to study law, becoming one of the most respected attorneys in colonial America. But what truly defined him was not intelligence alone. It was conviction. Adams believed deeply in one principle: justice must stand, even when it is unpopular. That belief would soon be tested. The trial that changed everything. In 1770, tension filled the streets of Boston. British soldiers fired into a crowd of colonists, killing several men in what became known as the Boston Massacre. Outrage spread like wildfire. The soldiers were arrested. The public demanded punishment. But when the trial began, something unexpected happened. John Adams stepped forward to defend the British soldiers. Think about that. At a time when anger against Britain was exploding, Adams chose to defend the enemy. He knew the consequences. He could lose clients, lose respect, even risk his safety. But Adams stood firm, because in his mind, justice was not optional. It was absolute. He later said, "Facts are stubborn things." The soldiers received a fair trial, and most were acquitted. Adams lost popularity, but he gained something far greater: a reputation for integrity that would follow him for life. The fire of revolution. As tensions with Britain escalated, Adams became one of the loudest voices calling for independence. He served in the Continental Congress, where debates were fierce, uncertain, and dangerous. Many still feared breaking away from Britain, but Adams did not hesitate. He argued passionately for freedom. He pushed relentlessly for action. And when the time came in 1776, Adams played a critical role in securing support for independence. He worked closely with Thomas Jefferson, who drafted the Declaration of Independence, a document that would change the world. But Adams's work didn't stop there. The diplomat who helped win a nation. While others fought on the battlefield, Adams fought in the halls of power. He traveled to Europe as a diplomat, negotiating with foreign governments to support the American cause. It was not glamorous, it was slow, frustrating, uncertain, but it was essential. Adams eventually helped negotiate the Treaty of Paris in 1783, officially ending the Revolutionary War. America was now free. But freedom came with a new challenge: how to govern a nation that had never existed before. A frustrating step: the vice presidency. When George Washington became the first president, Adams was elected as the first vice president of the United States. It should have been a great honor. But Adams quickly discovered something disappointing. He had almost no real power. He once described the role as the most insignificant office ever invented by man. Yet Adams remained patient. He observed, he learned, and in 1796, he finally reached the highest office in the land, a presidency under pressure. John Adams became the second president of the United States in 1797. But instead of stability, he inherited chaos. The nation was deeply divided. Two political factions had emerged: Federalists, Adams' party, Democratic Republicans. And outside the country, tensions with France were exploding. French ships began attacking American vessels. American sailors were captured. Diplomatic efforts failed. Soon, the nation entered an undeclared naval conflict known as the Quasi-War. The pressure for full-scale war became overwhelming. The most dangerous decision: Adams knew what war meant. Debt, death, instability. The United States was still fragile. A major war could destroy everything they had just built. But refusing war came at a cost. His own party turned against him. Critics accused him of weakness. The public grew impatient. Still, Adams refused. Instead, he sent diplomats back to France, quietly, carefully, and eventually, against all odds, peace was secured. No full-scale war, no national collapse, but Adams paid the price: the controversy that followed. While Adams sought peace abroad, he faced turmoil at home. His administration passed the Alien and Sedition Acts. These laws allowed the government to deport foreigners, punish critics of the government. Supporters argued they were necessary for national security. Opponents argued they violated the very freedoms the nation had fought to protect. The backlash was fierce. Trust in Adams began to erode. The election that changed everything. The election of 1800 became one of the most bitter in American history. Adams faced his former ally, now rival Thomas Jefferson. The campaign was brutal. Accusations, insults, division. When the votes were counted, Adams lost. For many leaders, this could have been a moment of resistance. But Adams did something remarkable. He accepted the result. Peacefully. No conflict, no refusal, no chaos. That single act helped establish one of the most important traditions in American democracy: the peaceful transfer of power, legacy, the courage to stand alone. John Adams never became as famous as Washington. He never became as celebrated as Jefferson. But history has come to see something powerful in his leadership. When the nation demanded war, he chose peace. When popularity demanded compromise, he chose principle. And when he lost power, he chose stability over pride. Adams proved something that remains true even today. The greatest leaders are not those who follow the crowd, but those who stand firm when it matters most. Closing reflection. In a world driven by pressure, noise, and public opinion, John Adams made a quiet, courageous choice. He chose what was right over what was popular. And in doing so, he may have saved a nation still learning how to survive. Thank you for listening. I am Jadena. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share for more videos like this.